All right, go ahead and start it. All right. There, getting the Christmas lights dusted off. Kind of dusty out here. All right, there. Okay, today's progress. If you want to, Deb, you want to zoom in a little bit on here. You'll be able to see the pedals, the little footrests, a couple of little shifters, this little lever over here on this side. We got our little filter down here. We got some little details down here made. And I touched up the ends of the lever so you can kind of get an idea. Instead of just looking at just the metal, you can kind of see where the little handles on each lever would be. I was going to show you how I made the levers. So what I did, a lot of times the smaller scales, I'll use an 1/8 inch steel rod for most of them. And if I go a little bit bigger like this, these are 3/16 steel rod. And then for these bigger shifters down here, that's 1/4 inch steel rod. So what I do is I weld a 1/4 inch bolt to the end of the rod, and then I bend it however need to be bent. And then I take a nut, and I'll weld the nut on the end, on the other end, whatever length it needs to be, and then I'll sand it smooth, and then I'll put some filler on the top and round it off so it looks like a knot, like a shifting knob. But this is, I use this size nut for the smaller knob, but for a 1/4 inch I would use a bigger nut to weld on the end. Then I'd round that off, and then it would end up looking like this right here. And on these here, I take and I sand. These are just all one piece, but I take and I sand part of that down a little bit so it looks like it's a lever there, then it gets small, and then it gets big back here on the linkage. So it makes it look a little bit more realistic. You can see on this lever here where I've sanded it down, and so it looks like the grab handle's up here on the end, then it gets small, then it goes down to the linkage. So, and then you can kind of see the detail down in there. So that gives you a little bit of an idea how I made these with the nut on the top. And sometimes I'll actually take and weld a large nut on the bottom, then a smaller nut on the top of that, and that gives me my taper to where it's almost round when I'm done sanding around on it. So it's actually steel. Most of it's steel. Then I put just a little spot of filler right on the end to get that top to make it look round. So today, that's what I got done. I got some of these details down here. I got those levers. I got the pedals, the footrests, and this lever on this side. And I'm just starting the design for the cowling. The cowling will go right about here, and that will have all the dash on it, and that will have the 2 steering levers on that. And then let's see, that will have a few little levers down in the bottom of that. So once the cowling's on, then you get a better idea. But it's starting to take shape, and I really like it now. I mean, this is tedious to do the tracks, but when I start this part here where I can actually see some of it starting to be put in place, it's exciting and fun. So we'll do another video tomorrow night, and I'll show you. I should have the cowling looking pretty good. So okay, have a great day.